My name is Lois Daley. I'm going to read to you a story, Childhood, a Life of Adventure. My story travels back to the 1930s, when the name Port Phillip was a foreign word in my vocabulary. I don't remember using it to describe my hometown of Port Melbourne or using it to describe the bay. To us, it was the beach in Port. I am the fifth generation of my parents' family to live in Port Melbourne. I was born here in Port Melbourne in 1936, my parents buying our home in 1928 as part of the State Bank of Victoria Garden City Estate. It is within easy walking distance of the beach and close to the train station. Our playtime as children centred on Garden City Reserve with its lovely green grass, many trees growing well and a newly built playground. Boys played cricket and football, girls played rounders. Our weekends in summer were spent at the beach. No one taught us to swim, we learned from each other. Older children were responsible for the younger ones, a big responsibility for a 10-year-old. As was said, we went to the beach, which was close to Princes Pier. The bay was calm and it made a great place to spend many hours in the summer months. We had the freedom to play in the streets where we lived. Each house had children of a similar age. We knew the parents of our friends. Fathers mostly worked locally in many industries in Port or on the wharves. My father was a boilermaker. My grandfathers worked on the wharves. Many mothers also worked at Tom Piper, Kitchen Soap Factory, and Kraft Cheese, or Swallow and Ariel's. My mother worked at Johnson & Johnson, talcum powder manufacturers. Our social life was in and around Port. Visiting was special, going to our aunts and uncles and cousins scattered around the borough. Once a month we went on a Saturday night with our parents to the Port Theatre to see a film, and at interval we had a Dixie or a wafer ice cream from the shop across the road in Bay Street. As children we went to Graham Street Primary School within walking distance of our Garden City home, only a block away. Our classrooms had an open fire, and in the winter, coal and coke were burnt to keep us warm. The fires were attended by the caretaker who lived in a little weatherboard house on the grounds on the corner of Graham and Walter Streets. School was fun, with reading, writing and arithmetic, and we came home for lunch. I don't remember ever going to an outing from school except once, when, in grade 6, we went on the train to the Melbourne Town Hall to hear the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra play. Such excitement. We dressed up especially for the big event, alighting at Flinders Street Station and walking along Swanson Street to Collins Street Corner. My brother John had a friend called Ray, who went to St Joseph's Primary School in Rouse Street, and he asked his mother if he could change schools so he could come home for lunch with his friend. St Joseph's Primary School was too far away to come home for lunch. On looking back to those days, religion was not a big issue for us as children. As we grew older, we were able to go to the pictures on our own, to a matinee at the Eclipse Picture Theatre in South Melbourne or the Port Theatre. Our pocket money to go was earned by mowing the lawns with a hand mower. Hard work, as it was buffalo grass, but worth it for our independence in going out without our parents. We never worried what the film showing was about. It was just great to be going. All friends together as we walked along, gathering up others as we set off for the corner of Liarday and Bay Streets to the Port, which our theatre was fondly known as, or all the way along Bay Street to the Eclipse Theatre. As I look back, I am aware that growing up in my place helped shape my life as I live it today. I see neighbourhood, community, caring and sharing, and the simplicity of worldly goods, when all we had in essential seemed to satisfy and provide all that one could want in the times when a new fridge to replace an ice chest was greeted with excitement. In my street growing up, only one person had a car, and we thought he must be rich. It was a simple way of looking at life. I have written much of my life of 78 years and sum it up this way as I look at the contentment I feel. I fondly call my birth home, my north, my south, my east, my west.